Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's world full of challenges and opportunities, we all want to succeed, right? We want to be recognized. We want to build meaningful relationships. But here's the thing, have you ever tried to make new friends and felt like it was impossible? Or maybe you wanted to talk to someone you're interested in, but you just froze up and couldn't find the words. At work, you know you're talented, but because you can't express yourself well, you keep missing out on amazing opportunities. Meanwhile, you watch your average coworker get promoted instead of you. Frustrating, isn't it? These experiences can make you feel defeated, like you'll never be able to change. But don't give up. Today's episode is going to break through that barrier. We're going to reveal the secrets of influencing people, teach you how to truly understand human psychology, and show you effective ways to communicate and collaborate with others. You'll become someone people genuinely trust. These aren't just ordinary tips. They're game-changing strategies that can transform your life. When you learn how to understand and influence others, you won't just improve your relationships. You'll gain the power to change your destiny. Ready? Today we're diving into the classic book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. We'll share some simple but powerful principles that'll make you a master at interpersonal relationships, whether at work, at home, or with friends. You'll feel like a fish in water, full of confidence. No more awkwardness, no more uncomfortable silences. You'll be the person who energizes the room and solves problems. Let's explore how to use this wisdom to change your world and shine brighter than ever before. Time to get the applause and recognition you deserve. Principle number 1. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Sounds simple, right? But here's a powerful argument from the book. Criticism is useless. It's actually fascinating. Criticism usually just makes people defensive instead of changing their behavior. The book gives this wild example. A gang member facing the death penalty refused to admit he did anything wrong. He actually believed he had a good heart and wouldn't hurt people. He even said everything he did was to protect those around him, that he was fighting for justice. This self-justification behavior shows that even people who commit serious crimes tend to defend themselves to protect their ego. It's insane, right? But it reveals an important truth. Even people who do wrong things don't see themselves as bad people. So when we criticize someone, we're attacking their self-image. This only makes them resist more instead of reflecting on their actions. If we really want to change someone's behavior, criticism is definitely not the way to go. So if we can't criticize, what can we do? When people feel attacked, they don't listen. They just defend themselves. We need to try a different approach. The book shares a story about a mom whose kid refused to eat vegetables. At first, she used a harsh tone and directly ordered him to eat. Result? The kid resisted even more and threw tantrums. Later, she changed her strategy. She started using an excited tone, explaining how vegetables would make him stronger and more powerful. She told him eating veggies would make him better at sports, run faster, play ball better. Suddenly, the kid became interested. He voluntarily started eating vegetables and even asked his mom if there were other tasty vegetables he could try. He became more and more interested in eating healthy. This turned the problem into something they needed to solve together rather than creating opposition. The Lincoln example. The book also mentions President Lincoln. One of his generals missed a crucial opportunity to defeat the enemy. Lincoln was furious and wrote an extremely harsh letter. But in the end, he never sent it. He knew that if he sent that letter, it would only damage his relationship with the general and possibly ruin the general's career. Sometimes not criticizing can actually avoid a lot of unnecessary conflict. Of course, this isn't easy to do. We've all written angry messages in the heat of the moment. The Safety Manager Story. The book also tells the story of a safety manager responsible for making sure workers wore hard hats. He used to confront workers who weren't wearing them, citing the rules in a stern voice. But then he changed his approach. Instead, he'd ask workers with concern, "Is your hat uncomfortable? Does it not fit well?" He'd gently remind them in a caring tone that wearing the hard hat was for their own safety. Result? More and more people voluntarily started wearing their hard hats without any resentment from employees. Sometimes venting your emotions in a safe place, like talking to a friend or writing it down, is way better than directly confronting someone. Process your emotions first, then address the situation face to face. The results will be much better. Principle number 2, give honest and sincere appreciation. Everyone needs to feel valued, but this isn't about fake flattery. It's about genuinely seeing the good in others, even their smallest efforts and contributions. For example, even tiny improvements or details deserve sincere recognition. "I saw your contribution in today's meeting. It really helped everyone. Very constructive." This kind of genuine praise makes people feel seen and motivates them to do even better. When someone sincerely appreciates your work, when they see your effort and achievements, don't you feel recognized and encouraged? Don't you want to do your job even better? This feeling of being valued and affirmed can truly energize people. The Principal Story. The book shares an excellent example of a principal who really knew how to motivate teachers and students. He'd regularly visit every classroom, not to criticize, but to observe teachers' dedicated work. After class, he'd sincerely tell teachers, "You taught that so well. I saw the students making real progress under your guidance." He'd personally attend school events and praise students' performance, calling them the pride of our school. Result? Both teachers and students felt valued. Teaching and learning became more engaging and energetic. The entire school atmosphere became positive and motivated. He firmly believed that when you sincerely encourage and recognize employees' and students' strengths, you can truly ignite their passion and help them reach their full potential. He knew everyone has unique strengths, and when those strengths are valued and recognized, they become powerful motivators that push people to new heights. This is a huge shift from negative criticism to positive appreciation. The effect is absolutely transformative. People are empowered by positive encouragement. This power sparks internal motivation, making them eager to do better, not shrinking back because of punishment or fear. When you see your efforts recognized and praised, that motivation is incomparable. It drives you forward continuously. So when you see someone working hard, praise them. Don't hold back. For example, I really appreciate how you handled that customer. So calm and professional. You knew exactly how to deal with that unexpected situation. Really outstanding work. Your approach was so reassuring. I could totally see your professionalism. This kind of specific praise is way more effective than a generic good job, because this sincere and specific recognition makes people feel their efforts are truly seen and valued. Principle number 3, arouse in the other person an eager want. This principle is about understanding someone else's motivation and connecting your request with their desires. The book has a great fishing analogy. When you go fishing, you don't use bait that you like. You use bait the fish likes. You need to think about what the fish wants most. Maybe some juicy worms. When you provide what they really want to eat, you can successfully get them to bite the hook. This metaphor perfectly illustrates that in interpersonal relationships, we can't just focus on our own needs. We need to deeply understand others' motivations and give them what they truly want. That's how you achieve the desired result. We often only think about what we want, not what others need. But when you understand someone's motivation, it becomes much easier to influence them. The Bull Story. The book tells a story about a rancher trying to get a calf into the barn. He tried for ages, pushing, pulling. Nothing worked. Finally, his maid came over. She observed the calf for a moment and realized the calf was thirsty and wanted milk. So she held out her finger, let the calf suck on it, and the calf became completely obedient. It slowly followed her back into the barn, like that's what it wanted to do all along. This simple example perfectly demonstrates one thing. You need to stand in the other person's shoes, understand their needs, and guide them using what they want most, not force them. That's how you easily achieve your goal. So understanding others' motivations is really important. When you know what someone wants, you can align your goals with their desires during interactions. Let them benefit while meeting their own needs. In summary, if you want to become someone people love and a successful leader in life, remember these actionable tips. First, remember not to criticize, condemn, or complain. Try to understand the motivations behind people's behavior and treat them with empathy and kindness. Second, in daily life, pay attention to others' strengths and give sincere praise promptly. Third, practice putting yourself in others' shoes and try communicating with people in ways they prefer. I hope you learned something new today that you can apply in your daily life to make your relationships more harmonious. Thanks so much for listening. Looking forward to continuing our deep dive into human nature and how to get along better with people next time. See you next time. Bye.